my food is very personal, whether it's personal to me or it's personal to someone that I know. Or it's sort of like, or it's something that I think could be personal to somebody else. Like I never picked rhubarb with my grandmother, but I know somebody here in this room did.
I did.
Yeah. And so, and somebody here, like my husband, his parents bought a house in Piatone, and their neighbors brought them this thing. Oh, they were unpacking, and they looked outside the window, and they saw one of their neighbors planting rhubarb in their front lawn. And he's like, it's a tradition. You plant rhubarb in somebody's house, and and
or
now,
you vandalize.
Yeah,
it.
and
Yeah,
now
they
all have. I don't remember. There is a story. It's a tradition in some.
It's a Piatone thing,
right? Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm sure somebody here might know. But so they always have rhubarb, and so it always reminds me of my mother-in-law. But so for me, when I was a little girl, I used to sleep at my grandparents' house, and they lived in the city. We lived in the suburbs, and my brother and I would get in our pajamas, and we'd put our robes on with my grandfather, my papa, and we would sit at the table, and we would have, and it was it was still like getting dark, and it was time for us to go to sleep, and my grandmother would put bowls of blueberries, sour cream, and brown sugar in front of us. And so for me, I remember this, and so when I think of blueberries, I think of blueberries, brown sugar, and sour cream. How could anyone not know that, that's what I think of, and it's so everybody, that is how I cook. I cook with memories and emotion. And for me, I want people to leave my restaurant, and I'm hoping, and I hope it happens, but it doesn't happen all the time, that they leave happy, and they leave satisfied, and they leave feeling like it took them back somewhere, And, it is interesting because we, my pastry chef, Kelsey, and I have designed the pastry menu now where we do these collections. So they change every couple of weeks. They change every couple months. And the one that we're doing now is nostalgia through spring flavors, but they're nostalgic desserts. And how we came up with the desserts is we had conversations with the people in the kitchen, and everyone told a story about their childhood. And we created desserts through these stories. And my sous chef was telling us how his mother used to always make this boxed cheesecake Jell-O cake. So we have a cheesecake Jell-O cake on the menu. And it's my father was a soda jerk, so we have a soda on the menu. He was a soda jerk when he was little. So it's all these memories are, and I think that's what food should be about.
Yeah.
To me, that's what food is.
So when you have a memory like that, very specifically, we can all imagine, that really warm, sultry Chicago night when young baby Mindy practically was having that. How does that translate then to a dessert that you either did as a plated dessert or did as a one of your arugula? I mean, what does that memory become that we end up tasting?
I'll tell you a story, and I don't know if it's related to what you're asking, but it's very similar. But it's very similar. Yeah. So I went to Italy a couple of years ago for my husband's, now my husband, he wasn't then, excuse me, his best for Lincoln's wedding. And he got married in a villa in Italy. And it was only 26 of us, so we were very intimate with each other. We got very close. And one of the girls was getting married, and she asked me to make her wedding cake, and she's like, I really want red velvet cake. And red velvet cake is not a good cake. It's just honestly, it's
mostly
not.
Food coloring?
It's food coloring, and it's just, what is it? I don't even know. And so I was like, well, I'm going to have to make her a red velvet cake, but I have to rethink this. I got to rethink this. So I started thinking and thinking and overthinking and thinking. It was out of my mind.
Yeah.
And so I came up with this idea that you could take, because it was in September, that I had all these turned raspberries. And I was like, I'm going to take these raspberries, and I'm going to take framboise. And I'm going to cook the two down. And then I'm going to make a paste. And it's going to be this raspberry framboise paste. And this is what I'm going to flavor the red velvet cake with.
Okay.
And I did. And so it's a red velvet cake, but it's actually a raspberry framboise cake.
So you folded it into the cake batter?
Yeah, well, I made almost like classic red velvet cake, but instead of using red food coloring, I used this raspberry paste.
And it didn't weigh it down?
No.
Wow.
No.
But with somebody asks that for a wedding cake, they've got a really strong idea of what, like you were saying, memory. So how does she receive it? She's expecting red velvet cake, the classic.
She got red velvet cake. She got red velvet cake.
And she
got
liked
raspberry
it.
framboise red velvet cake.
But like, what was her reaction when she bit into that? You know, what was her reaction?
I mean, she loved it. She ended up working for me for like 2 years.
Wow.
She's badass. Yeah. She's
That's
a great,
some serious
great woman.
love story.
I mean, I love her. Yeah, she's awesome.